We have this concept, servant leadership. You heard about this concept, servant leadership, yeah? Yeah? That leader is one who serves. And I found something interesting from a guy who actually started this principle of servant leadership. His name is, he's an interesting last name, Greenleaf. He gives 11 kind of questions. We can check if we are servant leaders. We also have to remember that it's not the leader who's the leader. We are always leading somebody. Like when we preach to somebody on the street trying to distribute a book, we act as a leader to that person in a way. Although perhaps we don't have an official position, but we are always leader to somebody. And he gives this 11 questions, and then you can check and see for yourself if you have this quality of being a servant leader. First thing, do people believe that you're willing to sacrifice your own self-interest for the good of the group? One amazing story. I was in New Rajadam and Malati was telling this story. Malati, a senior disciple of Srila Prabhupada, she was in Navadvip and she was cooking for Srila Prabhupada, and she had a very difficult time, tough time there. And she was unsure whether her cooking is pleasing for Prabhupada. And then one day, Prabhupada invited all of his sannyas god brothers. And Malati thought, oh. And they had huge lunch. And Malati was cooking for them. And then they were sitting in a room like this, and she came inside, and all of them looked. Because, wow, in traditional India, you don't have women cooking for a sannyasi. And Prabhupada said, yes, she's a woman. And she would cut her throat for me, and I would do the same for her. And then Malati felt, wow, can you imagine? Wow, amazing. How she felt then, wow, how empowering. This self-sacrifice. Do you believe that you're willing to do people believe that you are willing to sacrifice your own self-interest for the good of the group? Second, do people believe that you want to hear their ideas and will value them? Do people believe that you will understand what is happening in their lives and how it affects them? Do people come to you when the chips are down or when something traumatic has happened in their lives? Do others believe that you have a strong awareness for what is going on? Do others follow your request because they want to, as opposed because they have to? Do others communicate their ideas and vision for the organization when you are around? Do others have confidence in your ability to anticipate the future and its consequences? Do others believe you're preparing the organization to make a positive difference in the world? Do people believe that you are committed to helping them to develop and grow? Do people feel a strong sense of community in the organization that you lead? Hare Krishna. So I think we have 2 minutes for some questions and comments.
Thank you very much for a nice class. You said if we're not loving each other, then we're actually not devotees. How can we develop this loving propensity to?
Perhaps I said it kind of too black and white. It is difficult to expect that perfection will happen immediately in the beginning. It's a process. You gradually become more loving. I think we as devotees don't have to be so mental about that. Just naturally, by following the process of devotional service, gradually things will come. Things will come. Gradually. Like one thing good for me was getting married. Then you see how selfish you are, in a way. And it's a very simple thing. You see how selfish and self-centered you are. You think as a brahmachari you're very, very humble and serving others, but still you have your own needs. It's a challenging thing sometimes. So you feel how, you see how, and small things gradually, trying to do something for other people every now and then, like little things when they don't notice. Like I had a roommate in Radhadesh, and like I saw sometimes he was washing his clothes, then you see his clothes is in washing machine, and then you take it out and put it in to dry in a drying rack. Small things. I think as devotees we shouldn't worry too much how I can develop. Just naturally, things will come. If we are and that's a test. If we are actually performing devotional service, then we shouldn't worry. Things will come from the inside. From imperfection, purity will come. Is this okay?
Well, we said leadership is not so much about behavior, but it's about attitude.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering, is it that if you have the attitude and the behavior will come automatically?
Yeah. If you have the correct attitude, then behavior might sometimes, like you want to learn to play mridanga, but you lack in the skill, you don't know how to do it, or you want to cook nicely for deities, you don't really know what's the right attitude. That then you go to somebody, Prabhu, can you teach me how to do this? And then you humble, then you learn, you practice, and then the skill comes eventually. And it's much more important than the external things. It's better to have this internally, then it will develop. If the right attitude is there.
So this concept applies to pretty much anything in the school you want to learn?
More or less, yes. More or less, yes.
So you explained that the different level of sannyasis, like Saraswati or Bharati.
Yeah.
Can you briefly explain how many levels are there?
In the Shankaraya order, it's called Dakshinamurti sannyasi. There are 10 different names given to sannyasis, and it's a social thing that they consider some lines better, or they think like Saraswati and Puri. That's like the best line. I don't think there's any difference there, but socially this line is considered better. And because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was initiated by Keshav Bharati in Bharati line, which is socially, it's kind of lower. Like he would say, like I studied at Cardiff University. It's okay university, but if you say I have PhD from Oxford, it's kind of, no, it's Oxford. So it's similar in this context. It's socially is considered more prestigious. It's just better. But that's in Shankara's order. It's, I think when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur introduced sannyas, then he took some principles, like we have the same name, but then we we add like Prabhupada was Bhaktivedanta Swami. That's a title, Bhaktivedanta, or Bhakti Pradip Tirtha. Tirtha, that's a name for sannyasi in Shankara Sampradaya. But Bhaktisiddhanta introduced Bhakti Pradip Tirtha. It's only social convention, nothing really there. It's not there better or worse, it's a social thing. We should end now.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you very much for this class. So I think it's exactly what I needed to hear. We all needed to hear. It's very powerful. I had one that was actually a challenge, but maybe an aspect of looking at, which is you mentioned that if you love someone, then they're willing to follow them by that love. And you mentioned also that Krishna is the supreme authority because he loves everybody. But we see that many people don't follow Krishna. So maybe you could also explain from that aspect how the person who loves, maybe we could fall into that trap of thinking just because I love everyone, they'll follow me.
Yeah.
But we see that Krishna loves everyone so much, but so many of his, loving children, they don't follow him. So